Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the international webinar on knowledge sharing and selection of topic and journal publication, organized by IRAJ Webinars. In association with ITR Group, on behalf of entire organizing committee, I am Isaac Behra, organizing secretary, would like to welcome you all for this webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our organization. The motto behind this non-profit association is to bridge the gap between students, professors, academics, and industrialists from multidiscipline. Apart from organizing various seminars, expert talks, and conferences, we have various highly rated multidisciplinary journals in the field of science, engineering, technology, and management. Since our inception, we have been arranged various international conferences at various parts of the world like New York, London, Australia, Hong Kong, Dubai, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, India, etc. More than 1 lakh people across the globe are associated with us, and more than 5 lakh research papers have been presented and published during our journey. Today, I'm glad to welcome you all as a member of this fastest growing network for the advancement of science and technology in terms of research and innovation. Today, we were very much fortunate to have an eminent professor and expert who is joining this webinar as expert speaker and guest. His name is Professor Arumugam Mahamani. Presently, he is working as a professor at Sri Venkateshwar College of Engineering and Technology, Chittor. He obtained his PhD in mechanical engineering from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Jawaharlal Nehru Technology University, Anantapura. He also obtained his master degree in production engineering and Annamalai University, Chidambaram, and bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Madras University. He has published more than 102 papers in journals and conference proceedings. He also filed a patent in intellectual property India. At present, he is guiding 4 PhD scholars in Jawaharlal Nehru Technology University, Anantapura. Now, I would like to welcome our Professor Arumugam Mahamani to deliver the webinar. Sir, you can start.
So, good afternoon to you all. First of all, I thank the Institute of Research and Journals for giving an wonderful opportunity to share some of my knowledge with the participant. So the title of the webinar is Knowledge Sharing on Selection of Topic and Journal Publications. So in this webinar, I'm going to cover 2 aspects. So one is how to select the research topics. So what are the criteria and what is the mechanism of selecting the research topic? And another one, publication, so journal preparation and publication. And here the selection of journal also. Selection of journal 2 days before. So I conducted a detailed webinar. So I want to give more emphasis on the selection of topic. So selection of journal also, I think few more participants. I think for the participant, I want to give the brief. So now I go to my slide. Before going to my presentation, so in addition to my profile just now I read it. In addition to that, I'm doing an free extension activity. On the research and journal publication. So I started my channel. My YouTube channel name is Progress with Professor Mahamani. Through this channel only, I met this IRAJ people, and we are conducting webinar. So in this particular channel, so I published more than 25, 26 videos. So my topics, so what I'm doing with the YouTube channel is, so I'm writing the various aspects of research, journal publication, and update in UGC CARE. I think UGC CARE, it's a Bible for every PhD scholar. So whatever instruction given time to time given by UGC CARE, we need to follow. Similarly, Scopus update. Scopus update also frequently they are the Scopus list of journal. Frequently it is changing. Some new journals are added. Some poor quality journals are removed. So that updation is keep on going on. So that update I am giving. So apart from that, I discussed a lot of video about the PhD tips, PhD planner, so systematic way of doing PhD, journal finder, like that. I discussed many things. So if you want to become, you can subscribe my channel for further information. So whenever I am putting any video, you will get the notification so that you can follow. So now I go to the title. Today is title already I discussed, the selection of research topic and the selection of journal. So I give more emphasis on the selection of research topic. So this is more crucial. Why this webinar? So first of all, why I'm doing this webinar? So first point is, today the research scholars are facing many problems, including selection of research topic, fake journals, changes in Scopus list, changes in UGC CARE list, understanding the indexing and impact factor, etc. So research scholar, I think it is a very tough time for us. So one end, COVID-19, it is giving a lot of problems. Another end, the Scopus and the UGC CARE, frequently they are changing their list. We are publishing our papers to some journals. Suddenly that journals are removed from that list, UGC CARE list or Scopus list. Again, it would be a problem. So it is very important to identify the right journal and publication so that we will be away from this problem. So second point is the wrong selection of journal leads to away from the UGC CARE list as well as the Scopus list, and it will not be considered for any academic purpose. So any academic purpose, it is that information, it is available with the UGC CARE, I think I'm sharing. So not considered for any academic purposes, the notification from the UGC CARE list, it is not my one. And next point is, it is very difficult to publish the research article if research topic or area is outdated. So this is very important one. This is the reason why we are conducting the seminar. So we need to select the appropriate research area or research topic is more important. If you are selecting any outdated topics or area, definitely it is very difficult to publish the research article nowadays. I have an example. So I used to do the research in mechanical engineering, particularly composite material. So now aluminum composite material, 5 years before, it is a very good topic to publish the paper. So now the situation is completely changed. So now the polymer matrix composite, nowadays it is coming good replacement for aluminum composite. It's a high when it is a good performance. I mean mechanical properties when compared to aluminum based composite. So it is taking vital part. And similarly, additive manufacturing also, it is slowly, it is an upcoming research area. So if you are publishing papers in this area, then only it is easy to publish the paper. So once doing research, particularly if you are doing PhD, means simply not doing the research. So your PhD work or PhD research, it will be recognized once if you are publishing paper. If you are unable to publish our research work, our finding, it will be with us only. It won't go to the public. And next point, as a result, the research scholar will lose their article if they are not doing right area of research. I mean, not published, they will lose the article. Similarly, due to wrong selection of journal, if you are publishing, that journal is removed from UGC CARE list and the Scopus, definitely we will lose our article. We will lose our article and valuable time spent on the research. So one article, if you want to write, it will take 2 years. So you are starting your PhD work, you are searching the research topic, you are finding the research topic, then you are doing experimental work, your research work, you are doing everything. So finally, the outcome of research, you are making as a research article and going for publication. So you are doing this many process, and finally the article is getting published. Suddenly, if it is removed, whatever work you did for past 2 years, it will go waste. And whatever time you spend, that time it will go waste. Again, you need to start your research from scratch. That means you need to again identify a new research topic and go again. It will consume additional money, then additional time. Not only time, then even if 1 year is delayed, then you need to pay extra fees to the university. So in order to avoid above said problem, I wish to give clear guidance to give for choosing the right topic for their research. So in this webinar, my topics to be covered is selection of research topics, general guidelines for writing the article, then journal finder and suggester. So criteria for selecting the journal. Yeah. So first I start with my presentation, the symptoms Paton-Jones. So he's a Microsoft scientist. So according to him, what are the essential content for the peer-reviewed journal? What are the things required to publish the paper in peer-reviewed journal? First, there are three components are required. One is prime novelty. Second one is impact of research. Third one is scope and audience. So prime novelty in the sense, the core idea should be novel and useful, which is supported by the systematic search of literature. So here the line, it look like just 1.5 line. So there are many information. It should be, core idea should be novel. Novel means it is a unique idea, not done previously, not used by anyone. And useful, whatever idea, it will be useful to someone, maybe society, it may be industry, then which is supported by systematic search of literature. So this novelty and novelty, it need to be addressed through the systematic search of literature. So that is important. The second point deals the findings should specify the significant advancement. Findings should be specify the significant advancement in the field of research. So whatever finding you are giving, it need to make some scientific advancement in the field of research. Suppose we are doing research, we are publishing paper, it doesn't make any advancement, then it is not been considered as a research work. It need to make very little advancement. So you need to give little new knowledge to the society. So your publication, it is already available. It is existing knowledge. Then it is not called as a advancement. Then scope audience. So this is important. The work should be adequate curiosity of community of scholar. Right? Whatever work we are doing, that need to be adequate curiosity of a community of the scholar. So curiosity means whatever work you are doing, it need to have the curiosity. That means it need to be someone. If you are doing research in advanced area or latest area, then only we can create the curiosity among the scholars. Not only scholars, even the public also. So scholars, our area it requires for the industry people. So like that. So next I come to research topic. So our core is research topic. Now I want to give a meaning. What is meant by research topic? I'm just explaining the meaning. A research topic comprises of both the research question and the hypothesis. So research question and hypothesis. Sometimes the research questions, it may be called a research problem. So in the research problem, you are forming as a question. So what is called research question? So I said the two components, research question and research hypothesis. So what is meant by research question? So research question is a question that addresses the problem or unknown element you seek to figure out. Unknown element you seek to figure out. A hypothesis is a declaration about how something works that you're looking forward to prove or disprove. So next I am going to selection of topic and assignment of topic. I think many of the young research scholars are watching. Selection of topic, assignment of topic. So both are there in a PhD work. Sometimes you need to identify the research topic through the systematic search of literature. So that I am going to explain. So what is the mechanism? So I prepare the flow chart for that, how to carry out selection of topic. And sometimes it will be assignment of topic, right? Selection, it is okay. Assignment is there. So assignment where it happens. So it may be happen in research laboratories, right? Like NIT, IIT, or if you are assigned, so you are getting PhD admission. So if you are allowed to do some research laboratory, so that time the topic will be assignment. It may not coincide with your selected topic. You go to meet the research lab, or your guide or your supervisor may be a member of that particular research lab. He will assign. He used to say, so this many researchers are going on. We have this many research facilities are available. You choose your research in that particular area. So then only you have a facility. So I will give guidance. So we will take care of everything. So that way he need to use. And one more area, it may happen. Suppose if you are selecting or a PhD scholar, if you want to proceed the research, so meeting your supervisor, sometimes he will scrutiny, he will check various things. Supervisor, he will check the objective. So how many objectives you have, so that objective it can be transformed into a good research article. So that one he will expect. First one. Second one, the research facility, the availability of the research facility. So what is the research facility available, or wherever it is available, he will look at that. And by considering that, then whatever your research proposal you are giving, so that will be able to complete within 3 years or 4 years. So 3 years for full time, 4 year for part time. So you know the duration. This may be happened. So assignment of topic, even my PhD also, it is assigned one. So actually, I written my proposal in the fracture mechanics of weldment. So this is my extension of my MTech thesis. Already, I worked with the great scientist come professor. So so again, I try to do the research in the same area. So I met the guide. The guide also is guiding some PhD work in this area, right? Fracture mechanics. So once I approached him with my proposal, he said that so already one of my research scholar is struggling due to lack of facility. So that research facility, it will be available for only 2 to 3 places. So that place, it is very busy. So some research is going on, they are not giving like that. So again, my supervisor, yeah, let us go to actually the selection of topic, everything. We need to have some flexibility. Simply, we should not be rigid. I want to do continue my MTech research work into PhD like that. Based on the situation, based on the availability of research facility, I was forced to change. They are also my supervisor very clearly guided, and he recommended a research topic, what is called supply chain management. So this has happened at 2005. 2005, I met him. He selected based on the profile. So I submitted my latest resume to him. He gone through that, and he given that topic, that supply chain management. I think you know it is a industrial engineering, mechanical engineering. It's 2005. It is a very very interesting topic at that time. Reason is I organized a webinar as a co-convener in the current institution, and I am the teacher for production and production planning and control, a subject teacher. I'm handling that subject, and I handled 2 projects. 6 months before, I handled 2 projects in the area of industrial engineering, particularly supplier selection, that area. And again, in my MTech degree also, I attended 3 workshops in the area of industrial engineering. So that next to fracture mechanics of welding, this industrial engineering, you are somewhat familiar. So why not you go for supply chain management? So there, so you have many known people are doing, many scholars are doing. So I will connect with you. You collaborate with them and identify your topic like that. So this is what the story. So sometimes assignment also good. So why I'm sharing my experiences. We should not be rigid with the topic. What when I want to do it like this. So that it will take time. Experimental facility, it is not available. So only 1 or 2 research facilities are there. Suddenly, if they are not giving, or that time the particular facility is not in working condition, so we cannot wait. So that is a problem. So next I go to criteria for selecting the topic. So I am giving some criteria to select the research topics. So first point, the topic should be narrow area. So it should be a narrow area, should not be broad. Actually, my supervisor used to say narrow area, in-depth research. So you do it, you take this concept and work. Then only you can able to do good research, and you can able to publish good quality research article. So same thing I am suggesting you, narrow area, narrow area, in-depth research. It is a key. You better follow this. And the topic should be within your specialization. So topic should be within your specialization. For example, so many research scholars I used to see, so many are struggling. His area of specialization is completed his MTech in design. If you look at that, he used to do PhD in thermal engineering. So this is it is very difficult. Completion of pre-PhD, that course, pre-PhD subject, or sometimes it is called coursework. That coursework subject also, it is very difficult to complete because it is not within your specialization. And again, you need to learn from the scratch. So start from read from fundamental, then you understand slowly. Finally, then what happened? You can complete your PhD, but it will take time, and later on it would be a problem. So your PhD topic, it should be within your area of specialization. That is important. And what I'm telling is with MTech specialization, if it goes away, it is nothing wrong, but it will take more time. It will take more time. And again, the topic should be within your area of interest. Within your area of interest, your topic should be your area of interest. That is very important. Otherwise, by assigning your supervisor, whenever while discussing topic with your supervisor, you need to clearly explain your view. Sir, these are all the area I am strong. So I am giving my resume to him. Then he is giving second choice this, so immediately accept it. So while area of interest also, you should have flexibility. So for example, I should not be rigid with fracture mechanics. I need to go for supply chain. Even supply chain also not having good exposure. And again, you will go to some other topic also. So we need to have flexibility in that area. And next criteria is the recent advancement. Whatever area you are doing, it should be a recent advancement. Advanced area is important. Otherwise, if you are taking outdated, just now I said aluminum matrix composite, it is outdated. If somebody in mechanical, they are taking friction stir welding. Friction stir welding, somebody used to do use the research. That also, it is outdated nowadays. Outdated in the sense, you can do your research, but if you want to publish, it's very difficult. So your journal editor used to say that there is lack of novelty. There is no literature contribution. Something you will put the comment and try to reject. And next criteria is interest to academic and industry audience. So whatever research you are doing, that need to be, that's what I said, more curiosity. The Microsoft scientist, he used to say very clearly. So look at the last point, adequate curiosity. Then again, the industry audience. So whatever research finding, it should be useful to some industry, right? Some solution. Your research finding give a solution to some industry related problem, or your research finding, it should be helpful to some of the society, some of the people. So here I used to see some people, many of the people, particularly in Indian context, many people, they used to publish the paper. Research means they are thinking only publication of papers. Not only that, you need to make a patent also. That is important. You have a patent, you file the patent, grant the patent. Patent grant, it will take 5 to 6 years. So I filed a patent in 2016. 4 years are completed. 4.5 years are completed. Still, I'm in final process. Shortly, I'm going to get a grant. So it will take time, but patent filing is an important thing. Because some advanced country like Germany, Japan, some of the European countries, they changed the strategy completely. So not publication, triple P. So now we are going with the single P. Single P means only publication. They are doing publication, patent, and product. From the patent, he will develop the product. So that product, it is going to industry or it is going to the society. So this is called real research. So that's what he clearly said, that it need to be a finding should specify significant advancement. It need to be your finding. It should be useful to someone. He may be society or he may be industry. And the next point, the outcome of research, as he said, it should make a significant advancement in the field of research. Whatever research finding you are giving, it need to make a little new knowledge to the society or industry. If you are publishing paper with the existing knowledge, then it will not be recognized. It will not be considered. So even if it is accepted in journal also, your novelty is not good, right? Or it is not meeting the requirement of, it is not making significant advancement, and curiosity is not there. You will publish you may be published your paper in reputed journal. You will not get citation. That is important. You will not get citation. So the quality of research article, it is viewed based on the citation. How many are citing your article? right? How many are citing your article? That is important. So now in the criteria, further criteria, research facility is available. So now I think we shortlisted the research topic. We need to ensure the research main research facility, right? For example, if you are getting admission in NIT, IIT, or some research lab, while doing proposal, you carefully check it whether the research facility is available, main research facility is available. Consultancy facility, few work you can go for. Consultancy means I am not talking about the article consultancy. Some consultancies are there for writing articles. Consultancy for thesis. I am not talking about that. Consultancy means some few works. You don't have facility in your research lab. You don't have facility. You are going to some other university and for work. For example, in composite material, I used to do the work. We will do every work in our college itself, and a few work like scaling electron microscopy, TEM, XRD, SIM, XRD, TEM, this kind of metallurgical analysis. We used to go for some university where they facility, because that facilities are in crores, not in lakhs. That facility, it is very, very difficult to bring it. So in that case, I will go to some consultancy wherever it is available, some NITs, IITs, or research laboratories. So frequently, I used to go for Sikri Karakudi for characterization work like that. So few work you can look at. It is very difficult to find the entire research facility within one single lab. So it will be there 80 to 80%. It will be there. Remaining 20%, we need to look for some other place. And another important point is the expenditure for research work, the consumable purchase and the consultancy facility. The expenditure for research work is the consumable purchase. So here I used to see some research scholar. They will select the topic in nano composite. You know, nano particles, nano ceramics are costly. 1 gram, it will be 1,000 rupees, including GST. So now I think lack of availability, they increased 10 to 20%. Right, 1 gram, 1,000 rupees. If you want to purchase 100 grams, then look at the cost. It is very huge. So there, while choosing topic also, you need to carefully identify. If you are choosing nano composite, it is very difficult to bear for purchasing the nanomaterials. It is costly. So while considering the research topic, we need to look at the expenditure also. Suddenly it goes 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. It is very difficult to bear from our pocket. And another important point is the time duration. So while choosing the research topic, the time duration also, it is very important. Whatever research problem you identified, you shortlisted or you finalized, it need to be completed within the specified duration. For example, full-time part-time research scholar, 2 years. Suppose a part-time research scholar, if he is taking time for 5 years, it is not a right practice. Whatever work you are doing, you try to complete. 4 years means 3.5 years you need to complete your research. Remaining half year you need to spend yourself for writing thesis. So that is the right practice. And another criteria for the quantum of work. So the quantum of work is important. Some people without consulting guide or without selecting the topic, without doing proper literature review, proper literature search, or not properly studied the past work, they will identify the research topic. Finally, what happened? They will do the research work. By using you can publish only one article. So at least 3 articles are required. Some university, they are telling 2 research articles, right? My view is at least 3 articles is required. You are selecting some topic. Within the topic, we can able to publish only one article. Then, so it is not like it is not a right practice. So at least 3 articles you need to plan. So 2 completed, 2 published, and one more under review or under acceptance, you can go for the thesis submission. So that is the right practice. So quantum of work also, it is very important. And next I am going to the mechanism of searching the research topic. So I think this is the key. I spent more time. So previously I prepared the text. So later on, I thought that if you are doing like a flow chart, so it is easy to understand everyone. So you look at this, I think you can able to see my screen. There is a flow chart is available. So look at my cursor. First one, it is a research area. So your guide or based on your interest within your specialization, you selected some research area. How to proceed? So what is the mechanism to searching the research topic to finalize the research topic? So first, by keeping the research study, you can go for general study. Your research area is there. You go to general study. So, for example, I said supply chain management is my topic given. I'm in research area finalized. I finalized along with my supervisor. I need to go for some general study. So, general study means I need to find out what is meant by supply chain management. How it is classified. So, what is the base for that? So again, we need to go to that, identify the textbook. Those days, we don't have internet facility and other research article facility. Today, you have some free downloading software, right? You can download all the articles, So in my days at 2005, it is very difficult to do. Internet also very slow. Gmail capacity also very less. We need to go for a hard copy. So go to take the journal hard copy, print version. We used to take the Xerox and we will bring it. This is what we do. And first, we need to study the general study, then basic information study. So how it came, that's what I said. Classification, supply chain management is classification of what? What is the base for that? And the next one, encyclopedia. Encyclopedia, it is called as a data bank. So nowadays, each and every topic you have an encyclopedia. Suppose if you want to do your research in deep learning or machine learning, you just go to encyclopedia, you will get all the data available. It is called as a data bank. Then you study the historical development of the current topic. You are selecting some your research topic or research area. What is the historical development? So slowly it is growing like this. So for example, the additive manufacturing also, what is the history? So the additive manufacturing, it is came for the aerospace industries for titanium alloy. So titanium alloy machining and processing is too difficult. So that material they gone for additive manufacturing technique. Now slowly it is keep on going. Reason for more interest, the additive manufacturing is the material shortage. So I think anybody is there in materials research, another 20 to 30 year, the availability of the material, it will go down. So later on, the cost of material, it will go up. So this additive manufacturing is a technique to get to make the component with minimal wastage. That is the reason why it is getting more importance. So now I think, again, you come back, general study. So at the end of this basic study, general study, information study, encyclopedia, I've been checking the data bank and historical development. After making the study, you get some keywords. So research keywords. So this is very, very important thing. You study and you write the keywords. So now I'm putting keywords, plural, right? You select 10 to 20 keywords from the basic study. By using this keyword, you need to go for article search. So how to search the article? So again, I have a slide. I will come later. Article search. Then you download the article as more as possible. You download the article as more. You have a keyword. By using the keyword, you download the article as more as possible. And again, in article, you understand the deepness of the research. So if you go through the research article, you can able to see. So in that particular research area, or in this particular research, or in this particular problem solving, how deeply they researched it, right? That is important. That experience, it will guide you to write your article, to pursue your to do your work. It will give a very clear input. Then again, you filter the relevant article. So you go through it. You go through the articles, introduction, everything. Just make a glance. You can able to filter it whether it is required or not, or it is within your area of research or not. So you filter it. So after filtering, so again you come to shortlist the article based on the research facility and interest. You shortlist the article. So already you decided the university, you decided the supervisor. Now what happened? You have some facility, your laboratory or your university have some facility. So based on the research facility available, you need to select the topic. Or simply selecting the research topic and searching the lab facility. Suppose lab facility is not available, then what to do? You need to spend the entire expense from your pocket, right? So shortlisted article, you shortlist whatever research facility available with you. Based on that, you shortlist. Then group the article based on the sub-research topic. Research topic is there. You make a sub-research topic, normally 5 to 6 sub-research topic, and you group it. So put a heading and group it. So put a folder, if you have a laptop or computer, you create a 6 folder for each subtopic and you store your article. Then slowly you go to article reading. So article reading also, it is not that much easy. So in my further slide, I will explain how to read the article. Then again, from article reading, I am going to categorize the research problems. So from the article reading at the end, I will get it, categorize the research problem that are already solved. So research problem that are already solved. So again, next, the categorize the research problem that are remain unsolved. Right? Solved one category, remain unsolved, it is another category. So you categorize like that. So finally, from the unsolved problems, unsolved research problem, you make your research question. You make your research question. So that questions that gives the what is called research problem. So research problem you are putting in the form of question. So you put the research questions or research problems list. So I'm not telling only one research problem I'm finding. It's not like that. You get it the list of research questions, right? So again, already we ensured the research facility. Within the research facility, we got a list of problems. So I got 5 to 6 research problems. So finalize the research question. Based already now you come to the next criteria. What is the cost? I mean, cost, consultancy cost also there. So again, you look at the time, right? You look at the time. So and again, you look at the quantum of work. By using this, so away from research facility, remaining thing, cost, quantum of work, and this thing, you finalize the research question. So then after finalizing question, you collect the information required to answer the research question. So now you have a question, you find out what are all the information required to answer the research question, right? We need to find out the answer. For finding the answer, what are all the information required? We need to gather it. So next, again, the arrow mark is going down. I think you can see my cursor. Identify the method of solving the problem. So you have a research problem. You need to identify the method of solving the research problem. So there are many methods you came across through your literature survey, particularly the article reading that particular page. You maybe came across many problems. You identify which is the best method to solve your problem. That is important. What is called methodology. Then after finding the method of solving problem, again you identify the method of analyzing the obtained result. You got a result, right? You need to carry out the result analysis. So analysis of a result is very important. Getting result, it is easy. The analyzing, what method you are following to analyze your result. So from the article search, you need to identify. Then final part of the topic is identify the alternate method to confirm the research finding. So simply getting research finding alone, it's not sufficient, right? Particularly some industrial engineering research or some of the mechanical engineering result, we need to do some research work experimental based. So finally, that experimental readings we need to confirm through the simulation. So by using some mechanical simulation software, we need to find out. So simulation study. And similarly, industrial engineering problem also, if you are using some optimization method or other method, optimization method and other method, we need to find out the alternative. You find out one method and another method you need to check. So you need to prove that within my method, proposed method, and comparing method, another method, verification method. So both are the findings that error within 5%. So you need to prove like this. What is called hypothesis? Prove or disprove. Already I said in hypothesis. So here we need to confirm your reading. That is important. So next, if I'm going to next slide. So this is the steps. So I think you can take the slides from the coordinator. So this slide, there is no problem. You can get it because it is. I think they are doing YouTube live also. So I'm unable to use some pictures or something. So normally my presentation, I used to give some pictures. So taking from internet and putting. So if the presentation goes to some YouTube, then it is against the community guidelines. So that I did not use any images. So everything I make it by my own.
All right, sir.
Now I come to research area, general study, research area, the general study, basic information study, encyclopedia, historic development. I think this is already covered. So this is the first phase. So what is called the background study? You collect the basic information required to proceed further. Then you find out encyclopedia. It's like a data bank. So what is the application of this particular area of application? So many things you will get it. So nowadays, I think you are very lucky. Each and every topic you have an encyclopedia, so easily you can get the information. Then you find out the historical development also. This is very important, right? This is very important. Whatever area you are doing now, I just now I said additive manufacturing. I said 3D printing also. Previously, it was there. That 3D printing, it was there in only medical field. So for bone replacement, from the X-ray, they will make the dimension. As per the dimension, they will make. So nowadays, then what happened? Cost-effective 3D printers came. So within 15,000, 20,000, you can buy a 3D printer. So just buy a wire and you can make whatever component you need. So this is the development. Previously, it was only in medical field. Now it is available anywhere, everywhere like that. So now we need to look at how to use the 3D printing in different way. So nowadays, you have a advantage. The COVID-19, it is giving, it opened many research avenues, particularly like materials also, antibacterial material. I think you may be seen in advertisements. So paint, antibacterial paint like that, right? And many things, antibacterial thing they have added. So COVID-19, it is giving impact. So if we even look at the sanitizers, today you are doing packaging now, so that one many people are touching. Then there is a scope for spreading the COVID-19, that coronavirus. So many things are there. So these are all the COVID-19. It brought many things. So so I think research scholar, you are in different department, different specialization. You need to look it out. So next I go to the article search. So article search means here. So I think I want to explain this. So we got the keywords. From the keywords, how to search the article. So I think many people they are not doing proper article search. So if you are doing article search properly, definitely, so you will not have any problem at all, right? So this is very key. So this article search, I'm going to give a how to search. So article search, normally people will go with keyword based search. So I think you got a keyword. By using keyword, you are going for search, article search, going to Google, you are going to Science Direct, you are going to Springer, right? You are going to IEEE. So different database you are going and searching. So there, keyword search also, two things you need to look at. One is the best match. So the word match, the best match, and year based. So old to latest to old. I think while going to Science Direct article search, you go to advanced search. There you type your keywords, that will give the best match. You can select it. So you navigate best match means, so based on your title, how many articles are published. Suppose if I am putting application of additive manufacturing into some materials, like some steel materials. So ferrous material additive manufacturing, it is a new area. I'm going to search. It is giving 1,000+ article based on the words. But if you are going for year based, so like you can go at anyway, latest to old to latest. If you go to year based, you will get the what is the recent article. So article published in 2020, it will be available. Then 2019, 18, it will go. So from that, you can identify the trend of research. So previously, what are the material they gone for additive manufacturing? Now, how they are going? So this very clearly gives the research direction. What is the trend of the research? So I suggest both. You go to best match and the year-based match. So the trend is very important. And another interesting one, and many people they want to follow. This is a very old method, but I followed reference-based research. For example, I downloaded an article. 2019 year, I downloaded an article. That article, one particular journal, it is high quality article. So I want to do the research on that. So I want the background for that paper. That is a base paper for that particular work. What to do? I will go to 2019. There is a paper. That paper, it is having 20-25 references at the end. So I need to study that reference. So from that, I will pick some papers, right? I will find out the source paper or base paper. So it may be called by the student in many ways, source paper, base paper, like that. So what is the problem, major problem? So again, I search the reference. From the reference, I will find out 2 to 3 article. So I will get a clear picture. So because by using that article, the article released in 2019, it was written, so that I will get the history. So already I said historical development, background. So that is article background. So you need to go that way. So that gives very good clarity. Otherwise, 2019 straight away, if you are entering and doing your research, then it is very difficult. You need to go to your back papers also. So whatever articles given in reference list, that also. So I'm not saying that you need to refer every article. You find out 4 to 5 main article. So it will give a foundation to that paper. That article you identify, you go and search, so that you will get a good idea to do the research. Otherwise, go entering in between, then it is very difficult to understand. So even that paper also, it is very difficult to understand. This is called reference-based search. So we used to do, because we don't have the advanced Google search, we don't have that facility. So we go to library, some IIT library. We will take a hard copy of the journal, and we will Xerox. Then again we will look at the reference list. So then we will select 4 to 5. Again we will go to search. So like that we need to go for literature search. And another one, it is author-based search. So I think many people, they do not know. So this will give the confirmation of your research topic. So I want to share an experience with my MTech scholar. 2014, one MTech scholar came. So I discussed with him. So whatever procedure I followed, same thing I followed with him. So finally, he came with 4 to 5 research problems. Right, 4 problems, sir. This particular area we can work like that. So 4 research problems are there. Then we finalized. So next day I asked him, you just go to author-based search like that. So 4 research problems he is having. That 4 problems identify by referring 15 articles. So 15 articles 1 year before published. We have taken that, and he finalized. Then I asked him, from the article, you list out the author. Ask him to list the author. Who are the authors for this article? You just make a list. Then asked him to go to author-based search. So author-based search means you have a Google Scholar search. Google Scholar. Just you type the name, and next you type Google Scholar, so that we will get the author profile. So the author complete publication history, it will be available in Google. Right. So I request the participant, you please immediately you start your Google Scholar page. That is important. So we checked that. Then finally, the author-wise we checked that. So while checking that, my student is telling that, sir, what for the problem what we identified, that 4 research problem. If I checked for author-based search. So this out of 4 problems are already solved. So that what to do, author-based search also very important. 4 problem it is already solved if you go for author search. Without knowing that, simply if you are simply finishing our literature search without author-based search, then we would be in definitely big trouble. So unfortunately, one problem is left. So we gone with that. So this is my example I am sharing. So PhD scholar, it is very important. So if the problem is already available, your article doesn't make any scientific advancement. So again, it will be rejected due to lack of novelty. So please be careful. So next I go to, so the activities, understand the deepness of research. So understanding the activity, understand the deepness of research, downloading some article from some reputed journal or high impact factor journal, even
Hello. So can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
94. Hello. Computer operator.
Hello. So can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
yeah, is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will proceed now, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Yeah. Right. The understand the deepness of research. We need to refer the high quality article. Quality, it will be referred. So our journal reputation, it will be referred based on the impact factor. You select the high impact factor. Whether you are publishing up to that standard or not, that is different issue. But your reference should be some of the good article, highly more citation, more impact factor. So that article, the research work, it will be deeply explained. So that deep explanation is very important. Then next point is, I think somebody, I think exhort me, please unmute all, please. Yeah. Yeah. So then the shortlist article based on the research facility available that we already discussed. Then the filtering the relevant article. So based on relevant, which is relevant to your research work, you can keep it. Otherwise, leave it. Then group the article based on the sub research topic. So your research topic is there. You find out 4 to 5 sub research topic. You can group it. Group means normally I ask my research scholar to take the printout, the shortlisted article. I ask them to take a printout, 150 articles around. For 5 subgroup means 5 books it will be with them. So there you can use the stick note for frequent reference. Putting stick note, you give some reference for that article so that usually you can refer. Otherwise, each and every time if you are keep on searching, it will take more time. And finally, due to fatigue, then what happened? Research work, it will not progress in good way. So next I go to article reading, how to read the article. So I think, this is a common tool. So 5W, 1H, right? This is one analytical tool, it is explained. So article reading, better I request all the participants to follow this. Who, when, why, what, how, then finding in between come where. So 5 W's, 1 H. So who, when, why, what, where, these are all 5 W's. And how is 1 H. So article reading, first of all, you find out who is the article, who is the author. So remembering author name is more important. Already I said author-based search, I said. So author-based search. Then when it is published, at what year, whether it is a recent or old, 2019, 18, something like that. Then why means it is a research background, right? Why they are published, or research background. Sometimes it is called as a motivation of that study, right? Referring article. What is the motivation of that particular article? What is called why? So why they did, or what is the research background? So that information you will get it if you are using why. Then what? What means what is their objective, or what they did. So what is the objective? Then how means it describe the methodology. So how they did, right? Describe the methodology. Then finding, it will not come this. And finally, it is called where. Where means where it can be identified. They given some findings in article reading. Finally, in conclusion, you will get the article finding, where that finding, where it can be implemented. So 5W 1H. So probably you will follow even writing literature review. Writing literature review also you follow the same thing. So then only you will be in right direction, right? Who, when, why, what, how. So finding, it will not be accounted. It will be where. Where means where it can be implemented. So research means it's application to somewhere. It may be industry, or it may be society. So in next slide, article reading further, the area of focus, background of the study, right? While articles reading, which area you need to get it. So background of the study is very important. Then objective, what is the objective of article? If possible, from soft copy PDF file, you can copy and paste it into your text. Okay, copy and paste it. Otherwise, by using highlighter, you can highlight the background of the study, objective of study, what is the methodology, and findings, research findings, and implications. Implications means what is the advantages, what impact that particular research finding, what is the impact on society or impact on industry, like that. So next I go to key information to note down. What is the research gap? So while reading the article, you find out what is the research gap, because your article also you need to project your research gap. What is called the novelty. So I think somebody and the name of Hema, I think they are unmuted. Please mute, madam. Please mute. Right. So what is the research gap? You need to project your research gap also. And what is their problem? Right? What problem they solved? Then how they solved? It describes the methodology. Then outcome and finding. So these are all the information we need to note down. And the area of implementation and implications. These are all the information we need to note down. Next, I come to selection of journal. So nowadays, the fake and the predatory journals are roaming around you. So by mistake, if you are selecting, so now I am coming to second topic, selection of journal. Wrongly, if you select a fake and predatory journal, so it would be a very big problem. So first of all, the meaning for predatory, some people will confuse. What is the difference between predatory and fake? Predatory meaning is exploit others for personal gain or profit. Then predatory publishers are individual who are accepting article for just publication fee. Then predatory publication is often called as a right-only publishing. So there is no scope for the journal, and scope means it's a wider scope. So it's like a business model. It is like a business model to publishing papers. So by just collecting the money, further information you can get it. And the journal finder, journal selection. Recently, I published a video in my channel. So I conducted a webinar. Same thing, same video. I uploaded in YouTube. You can get it more information. Then fake journal and cloned journal, two are there. Fake journal, predatory journal means predatory means collecting money, article processing fee, and publishing paper is called predatory journal. Fake journal is nothing but in their website, journal homepage, fake editorial board, fake indexing database. Indexing database means simply they say it is Scopus indexed, Web of Science indexed. Originally, if you check with the database, no indexing will be there. What is called a fake indexing database. And a fake impact factor. Some paid journal, they will give impact factor 4, 5 like that. If you check it out, definitely you will not get it. And the false location also. So they said that The editorial office, main office, it will be at the UK, USA. Originally, they will be in India. So the action on predatory channel. So I published video. It is available in my channel. So those who want this information, this is very important. So we need to update. So Scopus, they removed some list of channels removed from Scopus. So at September 2020, they removed some channel. Just click the video link. I think this PowerPoint will be shared to you. Just click this link, you will get the action. And similarly, UGC care list also, they recently in the month of October, they removed 16 channel and added 32. So addition, revision, addition, adding, everything is going on. So we need to be updated with that. And again, in the month of August, actually happened in July, I updated in the month of August. So list of Scopus index channel. Some of the Scopus index channel, it is removed from the UGC care. So UGC care people, they removed some of the Scopus index channel. So main reason is it is in predatory category. That means they are collecting huge money. They are not maintaining quality. That is a reason they stated. So I discussed in this video. So again, I'm going to way of selecting channel. There are two way of channel. One is prior to article writing. So before writing the article, you go to channel guidelines. Based on the channel guideline, you need to write it. That way also you can go. Otherwise, some people, they will do the research. They will write the article. Based on the channel guideline, they will modify the paper and upload. And channel selection, you can use the channel finder or channel suggester. So two categories are there. One is publisher-based channel suggester, general channel suggester. So Elsewhere, Springer. So this is Willy. This is Taylor and Francis. So this is IEEE. So within the publisher, it will suggest a good journal. Whereas a general journal suggester, it's a global. So just based on your title of the article, based on your abstract, it will suggest. This is a general one. One paper may be from Elsewhere, another paper may be from Springer. Based on your keyword matches, it will select. I think the participant, you can follow any channel suggester. So it will show appropriately. Through suggester, if you are publishing your paper, so that easily you can complete it. So this is the Elsewhere channel finder. Just look at what are all the information asked: the paper title, paper abstract, keyword, field of research. Just you put all the information and give a search. It will give a search. For my article, it is suggested 47 journals. First match is Journal of International Journal Measurement, Journal of International Measurement and Confederation. Then Engineering, Science, Technology. So this is called the journal finder. It will suggest appropriate journal. Right? Elsewhere, it is identified. And again, if you go to, so remaining other thing, you can check it. Link is available, you can check it. So this is the general journal finder, right? A common one. So if you go to journalguide.com, so that screenshot I added here, you type your manuscript title. So I think you can see my cursor. So look at here, manuscript title, manuscript abstract, search. So it will direct. So look at that same title, same abstract, it is showing different. So the measurement, it is given at second. So whereas Science Direct, it is shown in first. So different publishers, you'll Transtech, Elsewhere, IOB, Springer, Growing Science, when you are coming. You can go to Journal Guide. And the criteria for journal selection, you can go for best title match. Sometimes you can go based on the site score. Site score, it is a Scopus in the database. Impact factor is not there. They used to use this site score. And another one is impact factor. Impact factor, everybody know. Then acceptance rate. This is another important criteria. Suppose you are at second year, just 1 year is away. You need to select some journal based on the acceptance rates. Any article, those who are accepting less than 6 months, you need to pick it. Then again, submission to decision time. Acceptance rate and submission to decision. Acceptance rate means it is different. It's like how many articles are received, how many are published. Right? This is called acceptance rate. So more acceptance rate, if you prefer the scope for publication, it is more. So again, if you want to know further information, so already impact factor, site score, already I discussed. So I don't have time to cover it. So already we are completed 1 hour. So we started 5 to 7 minutes late. So another 5 to 7 minutes I will wind up. So here you have the impact factor and site score. If you refer this video link, you will get it. Then decision making. So already I said some criteria how to make a decision. For example, here you have a site score, impact factor, acceptance rate, everything is there. So another journal site score is there is no impact factor, acceptance rate is 5. For example, if I want to publish my paper, which one I need to prefer? So 26.5. So 26 is a more acceptance rate. So I will go with this, right? And similarly, suppose that if I am considering time to first edition, they are taking 2 weeks. Here they are taking 11 weeks. So I need to go ahead with this. If my decision criteria is time, so I have very short duration. Suppose if my criteria is acceptance rate, means I will go with that. And similarly, one more thing, you look at this for my title and abstract, it was suggested many things. So two are very close, 1.2, 1.99. So here it is taking 120 days for first edition. Here just giving 28 days, 1 month. So and similarly, this is a 26 acceptance rate, 26%. Here 28%. I will go with this Metal and Material International. So this is the way you need to take a decision. So this kind of tools nowadays it is available. So I request all the participants to go with this. Then in summary, understanding mechanism of research topic selection. So I made like a flow chart. So flow chart, the letter, it may be very small in letter, but I want to explain with a single page. So that is my aim. So understanding mechanism of research topic selection. So I given step by stage how to do, and again how to do article search, right? How to filter, what kind of criteria you need to follow, everything I discussed. Then avoid predatory journal publication for your PhD work. So predatory journal, you are publishing paper, suddenly it is removed from UGC CAR list. Suppose if you are in India, if it is removed from UGC CAR list, that article, it will not be considered. So again, you need to rework. There is no other way. So you avoid predatory journal. So 95% of risk, it is minimized. And use journal suggester for quick review process. If you are using journal suggester, it will direct to a particular journal, right? That will be within the scope, so that the review process, it will be very quick. Then use the journal selection criteria for your improvement or convenience. So use a journal selection. Suppose you are using journal criteria. Your last article you are published with less than 1 impact factor. Now you plan for more than 1 impact factor. So that is your improvement, right? And so this kind of improvement you can look at. So thank you very much for your patient listening. I think I finished 7 more minutes extra because we delayed 7 minutes late. So any questions if you have, I have my WhatsApp number 6300256313, and this is my email. You can send your queries. If I am unable to answer, you can send your queries also. And this is my link for my YouTube channel, right? You click the link and you subscribe, so that whatever research update or any video I am uploading related to your research, you will get a notification, so that you will be an update. So thank you very much for your patient listening. So if you have any queries, I'm glad to answer.
Thank you, Professor Arumugam Mahamani sir, for sharing your valuable time and for joining this webinar. I would like to thank all our sponsors and coordinators. I would also like to thank our president. We will be happy to hear your comments and compliments or suggestions at our Facebook and Twitter page. This video will be available shortly in our YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe our official YouTube channel, IRAJ Conferences and Seminars, for all past and upcoming webinars and expert lectures. Thank you all. See you in another webinar. Thank you.